Okay, so they're going to clear out one side of the floor. Here comes an empty side ball screen that the Pistons switch. Okay, so right now, look at this. This defender you can get into it and double. Like, just get right in here. All right, you can double this. Okay, because again, they've cleared out one side of the floor. They're trying to cut the court in half. Well, we can take advantage of that defensively. This player does not need to be here. He can slide all the way over here. Okay, and then what? Then if a skip pass gets made, it's just an X out. Boom, boom. Okay? That whenever they clear out one side of the floor, like the Knicks are doing right here, we can double. Okay? So it's double right here. If a skip pass gets made here, this player is just easily able to slide over, and it's an X out. But you see, they just leave this player on an island guarding one-on-one, and it's going to lead to a two-shot foul. Separation off the sideline out of bounds here. Okay? Why is this player standing at the free throw line? Like right now, Evan Fournier fades to the three-point line. So right now, you got to get to the elbow. So when this pass gets made, boom, you're immediately able to step up and guard. But what happens here is look at the distance this player has to travel just to get out to the three-point line. So now he's never able to play him straight up one-on-one because he's out of position, and it's going to let him get into the lane, and it's two. Can't lollygag back and transition, okay? Someone's got to say who's got the ball here, okay? Like, if you got to communicate, I got the ball, so you need to sprint over so you can play him one-on-one. Or if this player wants to take the ball, then you go find another body to guard, okay? But right here, you got to communicate. So this player's going to the ball. You got to say, I got ball, and you got to sprint to the ball. Look at the lollygagging and getting back towards the ball. Look at so you're never able to defend them one-on-one, and there's another two-shot foul. If you're going to double the post, your rotations have to get there, okay? So right here, look you're doubling the post. The back line has to know about this. So like right now, as you go to double the post, you got to rotate to one pass away, right? Rotate to one pass away. This player can occupy these two players two passes away because we're going to have a hard double right here. But you can't let them pass out of a double team. This is too easy. There's not even the first initial rotation, so it's just right to Evan Fournier for a catch-and-shoot three. Can't miss this gap assignment. What is this player doing right here approaching the three-point lane? Look at this. Ball's at the top of the key. This is the shell drill, okay? The shell drill does not say that you're at the three-point line. You should be right at about the elbow here. So when this player comes this way, I don't have to move. It's just stunt, easily recover back out. Okay, but you're out past the three-point line, so now there's a driving lane that should never be there, and it's going to lead to an easy two. First of all, the Pistons shouldn't be switching this ball screen. This is a total mismatch, a guard onto Julius Randle. So, okay, right here, I would just be hedging this, right? So here comes your ball screen right here, okay? Like here comes the ball screen. All right, hedge high. This player here, if it's a pick and pop, which is what Fournier ends up doing, I have backside help right here, right? I can just stunt, recover, and give this player time to get back out, okay? Or if Fournier rolls, backside helps right here. This player slides down a little bit, okay? So this is a terrible switch. Now, okay, the one thing you can't do is leave this player on an island, all right? So again, they've cleared out one side of the floor for Julius Randle. So I mean, again, like right now, you have a defender here in gap help, all right? So instead of just attacking, just bring Julius Randle this way, right into your gap help right here, right? Now he's going to be able to stunt, recover, right? You don't need to be defending him one-on-one and gambling and all that. Or the other option you do is you can just bring a double team coming over right here. This player, if a skip pass is then made over here, X out. Boom, boom. Okay? But you don't bring a double team. You don't force them into where the gap help is, where the post dig comes from, and you just swat at this, and it's going to lead to a two-shot foul. Okay, this is horrible defense off of an offensive rebound. Okay, shot goes up, it's a miss. All right, Mitchell Robinson has the ball. Okay, this player's guarding the ball. What is all this gambling right here? Look at all this gambling. Gamble. No! Get offensive rebounds made. Isaiah Stewart's guarding right here. Go find a body. It's like in transition. Go find a body. Don't gamble. Don't double team. Just go find a body. All right? Look at all this. Look at all this gambling off this offensive rebound. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to gamble. So now I'm never going to be able to get back out to R.J. Barrett, and it's a three. Don't sag off of Julius Randle. Look at this right here. Look at the sagging, okay? You're sagging off right here, so you're just going to let him just shoot a jumper right over you. I mean, what on earth is that? All right? So again, they've cleared out the floor, so we have multiple options. All right, first of all, we have a gap defender right here, so I can get up and force him to the middle of the floor where I can stunt and recover, okay? Or, again, they've cleared out one side of the floor. So right here, this player can then just come over and double team, okay? Just on the block, stay out of the lane so it's not defensive 3 seconds. But that player can then double team, okay? If a skip pass is made here, easy X out, okay? But just sagging off of Julius Randle, I mean, that's horrible. Down screen, what are you doing? Look at this, down screen right here. Kelly Olynyk, whose man is setting this down screen, needs to get up and show because this player needs to chase, okay? The Knicks are in the bonus, all right? So that's how you defend this down screen. You don't bulldoze through the screen or go up the gut. You just chase because Kelly Olynyk is going to show and it's going to force the offensive player to have to go out more. It's going to force the offensive player to have to go out more as opposed to being able to just curl. But Kelly Olynyk doesn't show. This player isn't chasing. He ends up just blowing up the screen. Now it's 2 shots for the Knicks. Flare screen, you've got to call it out. See, look at right here. You can see this player calling out that he's going to set a flare screen. So Isaiah Stewart, you've got to be yelling out, flare, 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 flare. So this player knows he needs to get up and over the top early. Okay? Right? So you're not getting hit with the flare screen. But Isaiah Stewart isn't calling it out, so bang, you get hit with the flare screen, open 3. If you're trapping this ball screen, first of all, you got to trap much harder than this. This air space right here is terrible. You got to get up, 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 okay? Hands and face, because what needs to happen? We need to deny 1 pass away, okay, and this player needs to slide over because his man is 2 passes away. We're not worried about that. Again, if we're trapping and we're pressuring hard, this pass is very difficult to make. So now this is where this player here needs to slide over. Again, denying 1 pass away, denying 1 pass away. Okay? But again, I don't know where Kelly Olynyk's going. Kelly Olynyk is going to leave this player. So again, you're screwed. Because once they pass out of a trap, you put your defense in a terrible spot. Now there's no one to box out that big, and it's going to eventually lead to an open 3. Horrible defense defending this dribble handoff. Okay, dribble handoff's coming right here. This defender needs to take a step back so this player can get through and get on the other side. Okay? But look what you don't go over the top of a dribble handoff. This player takes a step back and you just let him through. Okay? But look what happens when you go over the top. You're not going to get there in time, and it's going to lead to an open 3. All right, so if you're switching this dribble handoff right now, you got to call out switch, 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 okay? Because Kelly Olynyk cannot be behind the man on this dribble handoff. He's got to be up and ready to guard, and this player's here ready to guard. No matter what. If he slips it, then boom, you're able to stay right with him. But Kelly Olynyk is behind the man running this dribble handoff, so he's late to get out to the 3-point line, gets beat with a pump fake, and it's a 2-shot foul because the Knicks are in the bonus. But what's much easier is you don't need to switch this dribble handoff, okay? All Kelly Olynyk's got to do is take a step back, let this player through, okay, and he's on the other side guarding. And you keep the matchups the way they are. But it's a horrible switch. There's really no need to switch. And, there you go. 2 shots for the Knicks. This is bad transition defense, okay? Like right now, here there needs to be some communication, all right? So right now, this player's not going to be able to get back to the ball. This player can get back here, though, okay? So Cade Cunningham has to come up and take the ball. This player has to step up right here. So now this player can kind of take this area right here in transition. But we got guys getting back to random spots. Look at this. Everybody's collapsing to the middle of the floor here. So now there's nobody to take this guy, and he's going to get right to the rim. Again, what's your communication? If you're Cade Cunningham, you're stopping the ball. If you're this player, you're coming over this way. If you're this player, you're sprinting back to take this part of the floor, getting back to this body. But look at this. Everyone's, instead of getting back to bodies, is just getting back to random spots on the floor. There's no communication. So now look, now there's nobody to check this player, and it's right to the rim for a layup. So Cade Cunningham does what he's supposed to do off this dribble handoff. I mean, right here, again, he's taking a step back, okay? This player's easily allowed through. But once this player's through, okay, look, right now you got to be starting to get up, right? You've taken a step back. But he's going to take a second step. Look at that second step back. Why? Right now, okay, boom, you did a nice job. Let this player through. Good. Okay? But now you got to start to get, as soon as this player's through, you got to get back up, right? Instead of getting back up, look where Cade Cunningham's going. He's going to take another step back. So now it's just a wide open three. All right, so they're going to clear out one side of the floor for R.J. Barrett. So we have multiple options here. Okay, see how they're clearing out one side of the floor? Right? Boom, boom, boom. Okay? So either Kelly Olynyk needs to bring this man into the teeth of his defense, his gap defense, right? Like bring him this way so he can stunt and recover. Okay? Or you have to double team. All right? Again, this player can just come over to this side of the floor, okay? And you're good. If R.J. Barrett wants to make a skip pass, it's just X out like that. Okay? But you do nothing, and Kelly Olynyk just gets blown by for a layup. Awful transition defense. So this is off of a miss. Let's take a look. As soon as we see these guys in the picture, look at this. Why are these people stopping right here? Sprint back. You don't get back to random spots on the floor. You get back to a body. Okay? You can see they're lollygagging back. Okay? So off this miss, because they're lollygagging back and getting back to a spot on the floor instead of a body, now that player is behind them, and it's a two-shot foul. Again, horrible transition defense. All right, let's take a look at these two players lollygagging it back. Okay, as soon as this miss happens, all right, ball comes off, bang, I'm sprinting back. Everybody's sprinting back. Okay, but especially the two players who are closest to the Knicks player that's near them. Like again, because you're not sprinting back. Okay, that means this Knicks player is able to get behind you, and it leads to an easy two. All right, so again, the Knicks are going to ISO this guard going one-on-one with Kelly Olynyk. So what can you not do here? Okay, first of all, if you want to force him to the middle of the floor, you can't obviously let him go this way. If you bring him to the middle of the floor, I got a gap defender right here. There's no place for him to go. Stunt, recover, right? The other thing you can do is double team. Okay, this player here can slide over here and double, all right? If this player, now again, it's just an easy X out, okay? If a swing pass is made over here, this player slides here, you X out there, okay? The other thing is if this player comes to double team and this player then cuts to the middle of the floor, we take him out right here. But you got to bring a double team, or you have to force him into your gap defense. You can't just leave him on an island with Kelly Olynyk one-on-one, and that's exactly what happens, and it's a goaltend. This is just god-awful. Okay, so right here, look at this. Kelly Olynyk is defending this man right here. Why is he not up a little? Up, okay? Isaiah Stewart's guarding right here. You're fine. But look what happens. Kelly Olynyk is in absolute no man's land. Get up and defend this player, okay? Get right here, all right? But because his man's here and he's here, he's going to get screened by his own man here. So now look, now he gets screened by his own man, and it's just going to lead to a dunk. All right, so again, they're going to isolate R.J. Barrett and send everybody to the weak side of the floor, all right? So what can I not do? Okay, first of all, this defender, okay, your man's all the way out here. Beautiful. You need to get to the elbow right here, all right? Because we have one of two options. We can bring him to the middle of the floor, so we bring him into our gap help, or we can stunt and recover, okay, and avoid him going this way where there is no gap help, or we can double. This player can slide over here, okay? If a skip pass is made this way, it's an easy X out right there, okay? But you do nothing. You let him go this way where there's nothing you can do. You just leave him on an island, and it's going to be a two-shot foul, actually an and one for the Knicks. Bad transition defense, which is why this leads to an easy two for New York. Okay, so first of all, this is a horrible gamble right here. Look at this. Just get back so we can set up in our half-court defense. Soon as you go towards the ball, you're gambling. And once you miss it, look what happens. Now we've lost you here. Okay? So now this defender, instead of being able to guard here, has to come over and guard the middle of the floor. Okay, then from there, there's got to be communication. Once this pass gets made, okay, like right now, this player's got to say, I got ball, okay? Because you're sliding over. Cade Cunningham then needs to sprint over here, okay? So there's got to be communication. The problem is look what happens. We got two people going towards the wing, nobody taking this player, so they're just going to swing it right back. Cade Cunningham's got to sprint to get over, okay? He's sagging, and it's going to lead to an easy two. Now, the other mistake here is, again, look at this player's back to the sideline right here. Okay, no, you want to get to you should have a toe on the elbow with your back to the baseline already, so you're not late in the gaps. Right now, if this player comes this way, I can stunt. I can easily recover back out. Okay, but but your footwork takes you in, which means you're never going to get back outward. You're also late to get into the gaps, so now there's a driving lane that should never happen, and it leads to an easy two. Terrible switch. Okay, here comes the ball screen. What is all this sagging? If you're Isaiah Stewart, okay, and you're going to switch this ball screen, like boom, like right now, you should be calling out right now, switch. So now I'm up and I'm level to the defender so I can defend him one-on-one, right? But look at this sagging. What is this sagging? So now you've just let R.J. Barrett get right into the lane freely without having to do anything, and then you're forced to foul right there, and it's 2 shots for the Knicks. Okay, so you can't sag on Julius Randle. Look at this sagging right here, okay? Every time you sag, you're just giving Julius Randle more real estate that he shouldn't need. Okay? Look at right here. We got a defender dropping into the gap right here. So you should be up so that he has to go into this gap defender. When you sag, you just let him back you down even more, and now this gap defender has no chance. Okay? So right now, I am up right here. Okay? Forcing Julius Randle to the middle of the floor where I have a gap defender. Okay? And I'm up now. I'm not giving Julius Randle real estate to work with without having to work for it, right? So now he comes middle, I can dig, I can recover, okay? But look at this sagging right here. You've got this sagging, so now look at this. Now he's able to back you down without a dig coming, and it's just going to lead to a two. First of all, horrible defense defending this dribble handoff. Again, you don't need to switch this. Just take a step back, let this player through, and you're fine. Okay, that's how you defend a dribble handoff. But instead they switch, so now I have a guard defending Julius Randle in the post, which is a terrible matchup. Okay, so what do we have happening here? Look at this. We have this player dropping so that he can dig. But the problem is, again, the dig is coming from right here. You've got to force him to the middle of the floor. You can't let him spin baseline where there's no post dig. Look at this. This defender's here ready to dig, but you've already allowed Julius Randle to spin baseline away from a post dig, okay? So now Julius Randle's able to get right to the rim, and it's an easy two. Stunt and recover, not gamble and recover. Okay, so this player's going to be in the gaps, all right? You're easily able to get out in time as soon as this player picks up his dribble like this, okay? You're sprinting back to get back to your man. You're not gambling, okay? You've done a nice job of closing up this gap. So you can stunt, recover if this player comes, whatever. Don't gamble. I can easily get back out if I don't gamble. But look what happens. See that little gamble there? So now look, now he's out here as opposed to just sprinting back to his man at the 3-point line. So you gamble like that instead of just getting back to your man, and you're out of position, so it leads to 3. Transition defense, again, look at the lollygagging back right here. You got to sprint back to get beneath the 3-point line, because look what happens here, okay? Now you're just getting into the gaps now, okay? If you're sprinting back, sprint, okay? You're sprinting back. Now you're already here, and there's absolutely no place to go. But because you lollygagged back, you're late to get into the gaps, so now this player has a driving lane he shouldn't have, blocking foul, 2 shots. You can't run a ball screen defense without backside help. Now you drop the big, you drop them a little higher right here, but still, when you don't have backside help, this pocket pass comes through. So now this player goes from being 2 passes away, look, Now this player is one pass away. His man has to step up, so it's going to lead to a wide open catch and shoot three. Now, again, what if we hedge? Because it's all about passing angles, all right? So right now, this big is up. This player's already moved, right? Because now we're pushing this player out to half court, or towards half court. Now if this skip pass gets made, okay, we're first taking out the roll because we want this player to continue to be two passes away. But if a skip pass is made, that is an easy recovery back. Okay, but we first have to take out the roll, and when you don't do that, someone's going to be wide open like right there. All right, so we got a bad switch here. We got a guard put on Julius Randle. Now the Pistons are going to double team right here. Okay, first of all, okay, we have the option of just forcing Julius Randle this way, right? Stunt, recover. But the Pistons double, okay? That's fine. But like right now, okay, if you're going to just kind of hang out in this area here, you've got to be ready to X out. What's this player doing? You've got to sink down. And if a skip pass is made here, it's an X out. It's boom, boom, X out. And now you're fine. But you don't X out, so now you expect Cade Cunningham to get over there, which is never going to happen, and it's an open catch and shoot three. So a couple mistakes. One, here comes a down screen. You never go up the gut of a down screen. You're always chasing, okay? Look when you go up the gut. Look at the angle, okay? But mistake number two is the Pistons are going to switch this ball screen right here, okay? You always switch, like right now, you always switch underneath the screener. Right? So you can battle for real estate. You're in the gaps. You never switch over the top. Okay? Because now you switch over the top. Look, now that's requiring backside help here. I don't really understand what this player's doing. He could probably stay home a lot more. Okay? But again, you switching over the top now you got to have backside help right here. Okay? This player should be up the line a lot more. I don't know where he's going. Okay? But again, you switch over the top, you draw backside help, this player's in no man's land, and you just give up an open catch and shoot three. Horrible transition defense here, okay? You got to communicate. Like right now, Cade Cunningham's getting back. Isaiah Stewart right here's got to say, take mine, I got ball, okay? So it's boom, boom. But where's Cade Cunningham going? He's going towards the ball. Like, Isaiah Stewart's got to communicate. Cade Cunningham first has to see that Isaiah Stewart's guarding the ball and go here. But Isaiah Stewart needs to communicate. I got ball, you take mine. We got two people going towards the ball, so this player's just wide open and it's a dunk. More bad transition defense. There's got to be communication. You're not getting back to a random spot on the floor. Someone's got to communicate here, okay? I got ball, so this player knows to go here. Okay? Or I got ball, so this player knows to go here. Okay? But we got two people going towards the ball in transition, which is always going to lead to problems. And right here it leads to Julius Randle being able to catch, go right up, and it's a two-shot foul. Bring him to the middle of the floor, okay? We got a gap defender waiting right here. So bring him to the middle of the floor. You let him go this way, you're taking him away from the teeth of your defense. Okay? Look what happens. Instead of forcing him to the middle of the floor, right into this defender right here, okay, you let him go away from where the gap help is, and it's just going to lead to an and one for New York. This is just a horrible gamble here. What is this player doing? Okay, you don't need to be denying all the way out here. Okay, let him catch the ball. You're not. This is a terrible gamble. Okay, just step up, play him straight up right here. Okay. You go for this gamble. I mean, this is just so stupid. And now they're in the bonus, so it's a two-shot foul. You don't need to be that aggressive at half court. Multiple mistakes in transition here. First of all, what's Kelly Olynyk doing here? What is this? Gambling. This is gambling. Like right now, shot goes up. All right, New York's got the rebound. Just fly back. Just get back. Do whatever this is, don't do it. Okay? Now, mistake number two is this is why you don't defend away from the three-point line. This person's man's not even in the picture. He should be inside the three-point line. There should be no driving lane here, right? We should be right in the gaps defensively so that we can stunt and we can recover. But you're guarding past the three-point line. Kelly Olynyk isn't fully back because he gambled. This player's out beyond the three-point line for absolutely no reason. So now R.J. Barrett has an easy driving lane, blocking foul, 2 shots. I don't know what's going on here. You switch this this first screen. What's going on here? Are you switching the second screen? Then this player needs to get up, and this player needs to immediately get underneath the screener. I don't. Is this drop coverage? I don't know, because this player gets right to the rim. Now, what would I do? I'm either switching this. Okay, I'm up and switching this and bringing him to the middle of the floor, or I'm hedging. Right now, I push this player out this way. Okay, my backside help can easily slide over here. If a skip pass is made here, it's an easier recovery. Okay, but I don't know what that is. It's just easy layup off a screen. Can't sag when you switch. We got a ball screen coming right here. All right, look at this. Isaiah Stewart, look at the sagging. You cannot sag. If you're switching this ball screen, you got to be level to the screener and ready to switch immediately. Okay? And you cannot sag. This player's got to get underneath the screener when he switches. Okay? And you know what? If you think you're going to get blown by, bring him to the middle of the floor. I got a gap defender right here waiting for him. Okay, but look at this. This sagging off this switch just allows a 3. Awful box out here. I mean, I don't know what this is. So the shot goes up. All right, Kelly Olynyk is boxing out this player here. Why is this? Why do we have 2 people boxing out this player right here? Okay, you got to go, like, when this shot goes up, go find your man. You got to trust Kelly Olynyk's going to box this player out. I got to go find my man and box him out, so he has no chance of leaking in and getting an offensive rebound. Look at this. 2 people go and box this player out. So now there's nobody to box this player out. Again, shot goes up, go find the nearest body. This is the nearest body for Kelly Olynyk. This is the nearest body for you. Go find him and box him out. Okay? If you're not, maybe you're boxing him out all the way out here, so you don't think you have a chance to get the rebound, but you know who doesn't have a chance to get the rebound 100% is this player right here. But again, look at this. 2 people going to box out 1 Knicks player. That means nobody's able to box out this Knicks player, so it's an easy offensive rebound, okay? And jam. Can't cheat the screen. Look what happens here. Okay, a ball screen's coming here. You can already see him cheating the screen this way. You've got to play him straight up one-on-one. Make him use the screen. Then we have our ball screen defenses. When you do what this Pistons player is doing, look at this. See how he's trying to get over the screen early? Now this player is just going to refuse the screen, get right into the lane, okay, draw help from somewhere else, and it's a lob dunk. You got to drop and get into the gaps. Ball gets swung here, the shell drill, right? You're not going past the three-point line. Look at this player. See how he's going past the three-point line? No. When the ball gets swung here, you're dropping it in the gaps, right? So when this player comes this way, there's no place for him to go. I can stunt. I can easily recover back out. But this player, instead of dropping into the gaps where he's supposed to be, the shell drill, okay, he's going to go out past the three-point line. So now you're just putting Julius Randle one-on-one on an island, okay, and bad things from there happen. A driving lane that should never happen, and an easy 2. Can't sag off of Julius Randle. And there's so little need to do this. Look at this right. Why are you sagging? Just get up and force him to the middle of the floor. I got a gap defender right here. Why are you just giving up a 3 that he can make? Get up, force him to this part of the floor. There's no place for him to go because I got a defender in the gaps. But you sag, you let Julius Randle then take an open 3, and it's good. Got to sprint back to the gaps. Watch this defender right here for the Pistons. Look how he's going to lollygag. Okay, look at that lollygagging. And he should be still sprinting, right? Because we got to get in the gaps here. So there's no place for him to go this way. Okay? If any other thing, this player's coming back here to take the top of the key, but you have to get back to the gaps. All right, look at this. Look at this lollygagging. No, now he's out here as opposed to being in here, so there's no place for this player to go. Okay? But you lollygag to get back into the gaps, so you're out here. And again, R.J. Barrett just able to get right to the rim for 2. So again, there's a couple mistakes here. One, again, where are you bringing this offensive player? Bring him to the middle of the floor. Look at this. Isaiah Stewart is dropping into the gaps. If you force him this way, there's no place for him to go, right? I can stunt, I can recover, okay? Or they're clearing out this part of the floor, I can double. Send this player over here, okay? If he throws a swing pass here, it's an easy X out. Boom, boom, X out, okay? But you don't send them to the middle of the floor to the middle of the floor where the teeth of your defense is. You don't double. So now R.J. Barrett's going to drive to the rim. Now, this is another mistake. This is extreme. Cade Cunningham's guarding him really well one-on-one. This player's got to realize if I go to try and block this shot, this player's not going to have anyone to box him out. Okay? So, Cade Cunningham's guarding him pretty well. That's a difficult shot. Just stay home and box this player out. This player goes to swat a shot for no reason, and now there's no one to box that player out, and it's a two-shot foul. Again, where are you bringing the offensive player? Look at this. Look at how far over we're in the gaps here. Why are you angling your body to allow him to go this way? Bring him this way where there's no place for him to go. Stunt, recover. But again, you allow him to go this way, okay, so you take him away from the teeth of your defense. And look what's going to happen. Spin move into the lane and two. All right, so we want to look at where we want to send this ball handler, right? Okay, they haven't cleared out one side of the floor, okay? They got a Knicks player here on the weak side. Then on the strong side, they got two Knicks players here. So it's really easier if we bring this defender, okay? You got to call out where your help is. You want to send them right here, right? Because this is easier, okay? Because right now, it's just an easy jab, dribble picked up early, and recover. Okay, number two is this is too much. Okay, again, you want to, in the shell drill, right? You want to be towards the elbow here. Okay, wide base, but again, this is too much. No one says you have to go towards the free throw line when your man's here. We want you at the elbow here, right? So that right now you're at the elbow, and then you can stunt and recover this way without moving your feet. But really, the problem is you got to know where you want to send the offensive player. He's on the wing, and it's a non-clear out situation. So I want to send him this way if he's on the wing, right? Because this player, if this player is where he should be, which is standing on the elbow right here, okay, it's hard for him to stunt and then recover, okay? It's hard for him to get into that driving lane. It's not hard for this player right here to get into this driving lane. So again, right here, if I'm sending him this way, I can stunt and easily recover. But you allow him to go away from the strong side of the floor to the weak side of the floor. This player is too far over anyways. You don't need to be at the free throw line. You want to have a toe on the elbow, okay? And again, it's going to lead to an open catch and shoot three because of that.